Okay, so real quick before we get too much further into this video, you might be a little bit confused as to why I'm talking about 2011 when, Brady makes sense, but what else is the significance here? Well, the real reason is just because I'm stupid and I made a mistake where in my head I was under the impression that Steve Spagnuolo was the defensive coordinator for this game as well. He wasn't. I created this whole three-part series, and then I, made a mistake, found out that that was not the case, which is why I should always double-check things, even if I think I know them. That's on me. It's a mistake I should know better from. So definitely I screwed up there. But I was going to just not upload this video, but kind of thinking about it, I thought there still is a good amount of things that you can take away from in this game. For one thing, it's just interesting, big part of Super Bowl history, the second time the Giants and Patriots played each other. But the other reason that I really want to show it is because it's a very similar defense. They obviously both served under Tom Coughlin's reign, and so I do think that the similarities in the defenses are enough for me that I'm still going to upload this video and kind of just, see if you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you do. Again, I made it under the wrong circumstances. I feel stupid, but, it is what it is. People make mistakes, I guess. So yeah, without further ado, enjoy my breakdown and sort of, talking about the game and looking forward of the 2011 Super Bowl between the Giants and the Patriots. So I want to start off with this play. If you watched my first video, I kind of talked about Spagnuolo and his disguises, and some of them were absolutely able to work against Tom Brady in the first game, but in this second game, Brady was a lot smarter at picking up these reads. I talked about sort of the missed reads, and one, you'd have a defensive back who looks as though they're going to be in man coverage actually rush the passer, and it's a safety who picks up that man. Brady didn't notice it the first Super Bowl that much. He noticed it a lot better this time. But on this one, where Wes Welker, this is almost the exact same play I talked about when I brought up how Brady was missing these reads in 2007. He's not missing them in 2011. As you see, Brady immediately says, oh, okay, there's Welker, hits him immediately. Welker did what I said. I don't know if that's the route he was running, but the second he realizes that there's sort of that, situation where it's a safety covering him, he just stops and looks towards Brady, gets open quickly, and knows he can make a grab and pick up some yards. There was also something like this. This was another play I talked about in the first video. It's a very similar idea. You have a receiver run deep. He tries to clear out the corner who's covering the flat all the way to Brady's left. You then have another receiver who sort of gets into that area, and then he'll have open space. Watch, Brady takes the snap. Brady this time makes the correct read, and oh, by the way, it's Wes Welker who's great in open space. So Brady just doing a much better job this time than he did the first time these two teams played, even though, he got off to a 9-0 start after only taking one snap, although that one snap was an intentional grounding that went for a safety. But as you see, Welker able to pick up a good amount of yards and get the first down. I then want to show this play, so we're fast forwarding a bit. This is in the third quarter. The Patriots have the lead, and listen, it's kind of a weird thing, but I do have to talk about Aaron Hernandez, because Aaron Hernandez actually had a key impact in this game. The Giants weren't great at stopping him, especially here in the third quarter. While Gronkowski had a couple of moments, it actually was Hernandez that was the key tight end in this game. He ended up with 67 yards and a touchdown on 8 receptions. This was the touchdown. It's going to be a cover 2 man, which again, that's what I talk about. That's what the Chiefs like to do. But this now leaves a linebacker covering Aaron Hernandez, which is just not a good situation. Hernandez is a great route runner, or was a great route runner, I should say, and he's going to do a good job here. As you see, Brady makes the throw. Hernandez does get wide open. That's just easily open, and I'm bringing this up because I think there are some parallels where, Cameron Brate and Rob Gronkowski are probably going to have a good opportunity in the upcoming Super Bowl with 2 good receiving tight ends, who could do well against the Steve Spagnuolo system. Now, Spagnuolo made some adjustments. Right here, it's now a 2-point Patriots lead, and you're going to have Hernandez try to run a little route underneath. This is kind of something that we saw. Again, there's a lot of parallels between these two games, which makes sense. They're just essentially the same team. And what you're going to see is, Hernandez trying to run underneath and then potentially pick up some yards. But as you see, Brady's going to take the snap right here. And look at who I've circled right there in black. That's Michael Boley, who, again, I've talked about this before. How much credit can you give to the coach? How much credit do you give to the player? But he's doing a great job of reading this play. He's ready for something underneath and ready to rally and try to make a play. And as you see, he does run in, makes a quick tackle, and Hernandez doesn't even make the grab on that one. Another adjustment that was made will be shown on this play. It's a cover 2 man, and again, those are the 2 tight ends right there, Hernandez and Gronkowski. Gronkowski's running a deep route, and then Hernandez kind of runs underneath. This play is designed to, essentially, you want it to go to Hernandez. That's the idea here. But what the Giants are doing now is they have a linebacker covering Gronkowski, and they have a defensive back covering Hernandez, because it's just tough to keep up with Hernandez's speed if you're a linebacker. And also, the linebacker is going to create contact at the line, which I think makes some sense. And watch, right when this play starts, there's contact against both Hernandez and Gronkowski at the line. And now Hernandez, he looks over and he says, hey, I can't even keep running this route. Look at 31. He's further here. I'm just going to hang out here at first, see if Brady wants to throw it to me then. And if not, then I'll run the rest of my route. But as you see, pressure all around Brady. He eventually tries to flip it to Hernandez, but doesn't work out. Just sort of good mid-game adjustments by Spagnuolo, and you have to expect there will be some mid-game adjustments in Super Bowl 55 as well. One play I want to talk about, this was just fantastic. It's an adjustment to an adjustment. What you see here is this is man coverage, and so the way this play concept is really supposed to work is the back runs out to the flat. You now have a linebacker, you have to have a linebacker covering him, and he's going to run out, and he'll get to the flat to try and cover Hernandez. And remember how I said that they were getting a defensive back to cover Hernandez because that's how they were having the most success? Well, guess who's in the backfield right now? That's Aaron Hernandez. As you see, Brady takes the snap, and now Hernandez is able to win that matchup because he can beat linebackers, and he only needed 3 yards. He's going to get that. And, hey, maybe Tampa Bay will do something like that. Maybe they've already done something like that. I don't know. Maybe you'll have to tune in to next video to find out about that. Anyways, so that was really it. I mean, obviously the Patriots, they did not win this football game. Immediately after, there was the missed throw to Wes Welker. Welker wasn't able to make a tough grab. People have argued for years over whose fault that was, but, we know what happened. But if you want to look at this was the first play of that final drive that the Patriots had. Because remember, the Patriots had a little bit of time, about a minute left, only 1 timeout. So they were in a tough spot. But this was that first play. They could have gotten the ball to about the 45-yard line or so. It was tipped right before this camera angle shows it, and then Branch not able to hold on. There was also this immediately after on 2nd down and 10, where Brady throws it to Aaron Hernandez, who just dropped it. They would have had a first down, or at least close to it. Probably a first down there. I would feel more bad for Hernandez if he didn't, murder people. There was also this play, which I had completely forgotten about. A 4th and 16. Brady eludes pressure and somehow converts the 4th and 16. That ended up setting up the unsuccessful Hail Mary. So kind of a wild ending to that one, too, that I feel like doesn't get talked about too much. Everyone remembers the accidental touchdown. Well, it nearly worked for the Patriots. They nearly were able to win. Maybe if they played better football down the stretch, they could have. But this one was clearly a better game for Tom Brady, but it still wasn't good enough. So can Brady continue to improve and be better in Super Bowl 55? Well, I mean, yeah, this was 9 years ago, but still, let's get into that, but we will do it on the next video. Again, I'm uploading all 3 of these videos the same day, so if it's not out, it'll be out soon. Definitely take a look at that one. And of course, as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you later today, or if it's already out, then in 2 seconds.